Hi, the title of my speech is Distant Learning. In 1995, the World Wide Web opened up a whole new world for education and learning choices. Little did we know that distant learning would become a part of furthering the mission of sharing information through technology. The arrival of the World Wide Web has fostered so many opportunities for individuals. One of those opportunities is distant learning. Distant learning is causing students and teachers to engage one another in ways we never thought possible. Technology and online learning have been a godsend for many people. Take, for instance, the disabled, who desire to obtain a college education. But because of their disability, they are not able to physically attend school. Distant learning has bridged this gap for so many. Not only has this been beneficial for distant learning institutions, but it has broken down walls for the disabled and those who are confined to their homes. According to Bernie Dodge, the arrival of the World Wide Web signals the beginning of some fundamental changes in how teaching, training, and self-directed learning will occur at all ages and stages. What is distant learning? Distant learning is a term for the physical separation of teachers and learners that has become popular in recent years, particularly in the United States. The physical separation of teachers and students has its advantages and its disadvantages. As a student taking courses through distant learning, I found that distant learning allows you to interact with your professor without all the fears and feelings of intimidation many students experience when they have to physically face their professors. The disadvantage of separation of teacher and student in distant learning is the fact that you do not get that hands-on assistance that many students need. Many times, immediate access to your professor is not always available when you need it. Learning styles and distant learning. If the relationship between learning styles and online delivery mode can be clarified, instructors will be better able to design effective courses, and administrators will be able to provide more useful guidance to prospective online students. Distant learning is now competing with traditional education. Many people are attending school online. With the growing attention to individual learning, learning styles are becoming very popular topics for distant learning educators. Students control more of the learning process. This makes it imperative that they understand how they learn. Battaglio concluded that reflective learners are more successful at online courses. Tests of this learning dimension show reflective learners adapted better. They not only prefer working alone, but they even interacted more than the other dimensions of learning, such as the active and sequential learners. Learning styles are gaining more attention. It is allowing the individuality of students to come to the forefront. With homeschooling and online learning becoming more and more popular, knowing how individuals learn can enhance the effectiveness of teachers and students. Distant learning programs threaten to destroy our education systems. Many of the programs seek to feature easy learning situations that might attract the greatest number of people. Often such programs fail to provide effective learning experiences, and there is some evidence that people getting credit are not the same ones who completed the course requirements. These and many other issues face the distant learning systems. They are not across the board, but they are issues that must be looked at. Distant learning can be a catalyst that brings many people the educational opportunities that ordinarily would not be available to them. Under many circumstances, distant learning has been a 21st century innovation that cannot be ignored. Many opportunities and advantages have been made available to the general public because of distant education. Affordability may not be the biggest advantage, but it is certainly one of the advantages. I foresee distance education being one of the many available resources for education and continued education. Thank you.